Okay, call the meeting order at 7. First is the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, next the approval of minutes.
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second. Motion made by Mr. Wyszynski, seconded by Mr. Burnett to approve the minutes. Any discussion? Mr. Burnett?
Yes.
Mrs. Pothorsky?
Yes.
Mr. Wyszynski?
Yes.
Ms. Kelly?
Yes.
Albert votes yes, passes 5-0. Next, the approval of claims.
Make a motion to approve the claims.
Motion made by Mr. Wyszynski, seconded by Mr. Burnett to approve the claims. Is there any discussion? Mr. Burnett?
Yes.
Mrs. Pothorsky?
Yes.
Mr. Wyszynski?
Yes.
Ms. Kelly?
Yes.
Albert votes yes, passes 5-0. Before we get going, you probably heard we have 2 students here from South Central, although I was insulted about my St. Louis Cardinals. Welcome here to the meeting. There's 5 people on the town council. We have a town clerk. This is our attorney. That's our town marshal and his chief deputy here. We have representatives from the fire department here. And normally we meet once a month and we just approve minutes, which is notes of what happened since our last regularly scheduled meeting in September. We approve the claims, which is to pay the bills. For every time we get a bill or something, there's a claim that has to be filled out. We approve those too. So if you have any questions, just raise your hand. Okay. And there'll be a quiz afterwards. So you better be taking notes. Just kidding. Okay. Okay, next, utilities. Oh, yes. I have to remind you that the ADA Title VI grievance forms, as well as a voluntary public involvement survey, are available in the hanging wall files for anyone interested. And the reason we say that is part of our federal grant money. We have to always keep that, keep us qualified for it. Fail to check. Utilities. Nathan's not here. His brother is involved. He was flown to Washington, D.C. and back where they take send veterans out there on what kind of flight? There's a name for that.
Honor flight.
Yeah, honor flight. And his brother is flying his older brother is flying into the Purdue airport. So family was going down there to view him. So that's very cool. Not a lot going on. Nothing new since last month, really. The lift station at WCC is about 95% complete. They're running electric service into it. Force main is 99% complete. The solids building is almost complete. They've started up the sludge press. I was down there a couple weeks ago, and it's really cool because they press the sludge out of the water and it comes out like peat moss. So it's going to be a big cost savings of hauling something like that to the landfill as opposed to hauling mostly water to the landfill. They're currently working on the building. They're building on top of the old equalization basin. They're having a little problem with dewatering, a lot of groundwater, so the pumps are running continuously there. So that's about it in regard to that. Anything else? Questions on utilities? Okay, streets.
Nothing to report.
Okay. Parks. Yeah, the fire department, the auxiliary would like to, again this year, put their holiday decorations in the park. So I'll make a motion that we allow the auxiliary to do that and use the running electric cords, and I think Bubba helps them get stuff going on. So I'll make okay. Motion made by Albert, seconded by Mrs. Pothorsky.
They have a date set everything up to try it.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, okay.
I honestly, I don't know what they have planned. As far as I know, I do believe that they're planning on doing something. I don't know the scale of it.
It's just
Yeah, I'll let you guys know.
yeah, Christmas, there's a fire truck over and they have police cars, all
A few
different.
lights,
Yeah.
scaled down version, way scaled down of Washington Park.
Got it. How long does it last? Like when?
The tree lighting itself usually lasted maybe half an hour. Prior to COVID, they always brought the band in or the choir, so
Just don't put that, there's one wreath they put out that looks like the Ohio State emblem on there. I don't know if you've noticed that or not, Joe. It might
I'd
have
love
to.
to get a cardinal one, I would
Oh, okay, okay.
love.
Any discussion on the motion? Mr. Burnett?
Yes.
Ms. Thorsky?
Yes.
Mr. Pachinski?
Yes.
Ms. Kelly?
Yes.
I will vote yes, passes 5-0. Police?
In September, we had 439 calls for service. The safety board met and we hired former part-time deputy Corey McKinney. He started with us this week. We had a brief training period. He's already hitting the ground running with us. He's taking over our management of our evidence room. We're very excited to have him in his new role. We are doing a testing for a few applicants that we have for the 5th full-time spot on October 24th. We've got a few applicants that, like I said, we will be testing at that point. Just wanted to make you guys aware though that at this point, I got email correspondence over the last 2 days that the academy is already full. So if we do offer someone, there's a good chance that they will not be full-time until middle of next year because the academy was opened up yesterday morning and they filled all the spots and 10 more that they keep in the back burner just in case there's a failure or someone just decides not to go. So they've already got 60 people lined up for a class of 50. So
That's at Nylea.
that's at ILEA, correct. I will look into ILEA to see if we can go that route. However, it is more expensive to send someone down there, and it is a lot more competitive because everyone in the state goes down there. So I will try and look at it when that time comes because they cycle through 3 academy classes rather than just 2 at NILEA. But
I like Nylea so because the people are at home.
it's closer
For their
to home. I like the curriculum. I do sit on the board there, obviously, with my role. I think the world of Director Markle, I think the program that they've got going there is one of the best in the state. So I would prefer NILEA, but I want to make sure I present everyone with all the options.
Any applicants already have their training?
One does. We have one, and then 3 at this point that I've allowed to come for the testing. I have the application process open until the 17th. I'm always accepting applications, but I have the 17th. That way I can do a basic inquiry into the person to see if they would even be a good fit to come out and work for us. Just a preliminary background before we invite them, because we don't want just any and everybody coming to our testing.
And I think we talked about contract.
Yeah, we were.
Okay. You guys were doing the new officer. If we send some to the academy, they work on it.
Yeah, I need to check that out. I don't have an answer tonight.
Okay.
That's all I have.
Okay. Finance?
No.
Fire department activity report?
48 calls a month in September, 19 town limits, 18 in Durham Township, 8 in Jackson, 3 mutual aid calls. Truck update, we were being told 2 to 3 weeks, we should be headed out that week to pick it up. Obviously, we're way behind schedule, it's supposed to be the end of June, thank you for the supply chain issues. But hopefully we'll have that soon. Excuse me, we have noticed an uptick in fires lately. Unfortunately, not many here, but I know people watching online and stuff too. Just remember to follow the town's ordinances for burning, as well as extinguishing smoking materials in a proper place, which we would think would be pretty easy for us. Commercial dry parking, I know that's something we had brought up before, much better around the hydrants. We haven't had any issues. We did have 1 fire that was back there. We did still have issues with parking, but you know, that's how it is. It wasn't anybody in front of the hydrants, just normal parking that happens there. Another huge one we noticed lately is gas lines being cut by both contractors and homeowners. Just reminding people to get, locate some, call 811, bloodhound, something like that, prior to doing any kind of thing. One other thing I have here, it's not an activity, well, kind of is, but to the Westville Town Council members and also Westville Town Marshal Nathan Heine. On 10/8 of 2022, Officer Joe Walker has shown an incredible act of selflessness and a desire to serve and protect that went well above his call of duty. On this day, Westville Fire, as well as law enforcement of the fire departments from the area, were dispatched to the 100 West Black and Snyder Road in Otis. Officer Walker and LaPorte County Sheriff's Officer Ryan Dobrowski arrived on scene prior to myself. Were notified by the neighbors that the homeowner may possibly be inside the residence still. As fire crews arrived on scene and I established incident command, my fire crews began to knock down fire efforts to make a potential search and rescue as safe as it possibly could be. While my fire crew was cooling the fire down, I was confronted by Officer Walker and Deputy Dobrowski wearing self-contained breathing apparatus to take out of our trucks, ready to perform a search of the residence. Both these officers were more than willing to go above and beyond their training and enter a burning smoke-filled home, not in fire gear, but instead nothing more than their police uniforms and an SCBA, and try to rescue a member of their community. That is a true act of bravery, and deserves this letter of commendation. Secondly, I would also like to commend Joe on his level of respect that was given that day, as well as many other times that we've had the opportunity to work together. Both officers, in fact, not only went above and beyond what they were willing to do, but the two of them showed extreme professionalism in their demeanor towards myself at the incident command role. Joe and Ryan asked multiple times if I was okay with sending them into the home, and as we all three approached the front door, they repeatedly told me that the decision was mine, and if I deemed it unsafe, they would respect my decision, no questions asked. Once in the front door of the home, I did in fact deem it too unsafe for them to enter without gear and hose line to protect them. They promptly accepted that decision and repeatedly asked me what they could do to help in any way. Please accept this letter of commendation and continue to be very proud of the officers that we have to protect our community. This incident showed that they are always more than willing to go above and beyond.
Thank you. Joe, stand up. Very cool.
I brought him an application to a case.
Yeah, 'cause then you'll get him stuff, so he will go.
Right, yeah.
Where did $10 bill come from?
Thank you, guys.
Just one thing on the hydrant painting. Actually, ordered more yellow paint, and I think there isn't any in the county right now, I guess, so. Like everything else, like, we still have some
No,
areas
it
that.
was 100 times better than it was. You know, these guys in Mountain Paint, it was just, I mean, that area is kind of a conundrum with all the traffic parks there anyways. We had just enough room to get trucks in, and that was about it, so.
Thank you, guys. Incidentally, our November meeting is on election day.
Yeah.
Right. So do we want to go ahead and still meet on the holiday, or do we want to move it to like the next day? I'm guessing on election day, but does anybody have any objection having it on election day, because it'll be after the polls close? Okay, I was just checking, it's easier to make a change now than it is before.
I already have the plan set up for that date, so we can stick with that date.
Okay. Any citizens' comments? Hi, Jackie. How you doing?
I'm gonna just talk to Nate after.
Oh, okay. Did you did the flowers this year, right?
Yeah.
They look great.
I pulled him out last weekend. So Bob can take put him away. He puts the bench out there and the planters out there, and I do the flowers, and they're done, so he can take them.
Oh, thank you, they look great.
I was like,
Anything else? South Central, do you have any questions? No. I'll make a motion that we adjourn the meeting.
I'll second.
Motion made by Albert, seconded by Mrs. Pethorsky to adjourn. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed being none, the meeting adjourns at 7:15.